Hello, I am Dragoș from Upido's channel, and in this video we are gonna check how having multiple WordPress Gutenberg blocks plugin installed on our WordPress website impacts our performance. There are a lot of Gutenberg blocks plugin developed lately. Usually I don't like to use a lot, but I prefer to use Cadence blocks and GenerateBlocks. Both plugins are fast and have a few different things. For instance, GenerateBlocks has only a few blocks, and I like that it's easy to customize. Kadence blocks has a lot of blocks that can be used, like accordions, one, and so on. And you can use them. And in this video, we'll see how exactly the performance is if we activate one, if we activate two, or we activate all, so we can understand if we can use these two plugins together without having a big performance impact. I have here a website created. It has Cadence theme installed on it. Right now, if we go and check the admin area to see what plugins we have installed, we should not have activated any of these plugins. So GenerateBlocks is deactivated, Cadence blocks is deactivated, Cadence Pro is the theme that's activated, and yeah, most of the plugins are deactivated. What we'll do next is we will go and activate all of these plugins and see the requests that are happening to see if we have a big load and how much the load is if we're gonna use both of these plugins there. So let's open the website. Let me do the inspect and go to the network. And in here, if we're gonna check, we're gonna use the content because mostly we're interested to see the requests in the posts that we have. So this is one post that I have, and in the right side, I will do a refresh to see all the requests that we have. So everything is loaded, and in here we can see the requests. So for instance, right now we have 20 requests that are done to this. You see in here, and it's like this. It's using like 394 kilobytes of resources. Here is the main content, here is the comment reply, this is the block library. Basically all of the blocks will utilize this thing. Okay, we have also the size in here, we should have it. Let's see. Okay, next we have the includes, this is the global from Cadence. Header, this is from the Cadence also, Cadence theme. Comments from Cadence. Related post Cadence. The slide from Cadence theme. Footer from Cadence. This is the image. This is the navigation from Cadence. A script from Cadence, another script, emoji, this is the logo, this is the image, logo, and the image again. So these are the requests that we currently have. And just here you can see the more details on this thing. So let's okay, this is the time. Okay, next we're gonna go and activate the first plugin, and the first plugin that we're gonna activate is Cadence blocks. Okay, so right now the plugin is activated. Next thing that we should do, I don't have any caching activating on this thing, so this should work directly. So if we hit right now, we're gonna see that nothing gets loaded. So if you activate GenerateBlocks, you will not have any new thing added in here. So you have exactly the same things that we had before, like there are the 20 requests. So this is good because what this basically means, it means that this is loading the details only when you are using a block there. Okay, so it should not use anything. Let's see if in here we have something related to generate. We don't have anything related to generate on this part. These are the blocks library and things like that. Okay, so we are safe with generate blocks. If we activate it, it will not add anything on the pages that is not used. Again, let's go and activate the second plugin. And we go to the plugin. In here, let me activate Kadence blocks. I will activate this thing. So right now, this plugin it's also activated. I will go and refresh this page. So 20 requests. We see that we don't see anything new in here. Let me refresh this again. Nothing new. In here, we should not see anything new. So 14 requested. We refresh this several times. Right now 12, but yeah, these are just for the requests that are loaded. You see, okay. So if you're gonna use this on your website, you will not have anything added by default. So right now let's go and see what is happening if we try to add a block in a post. Let me go on to the API admin and we'll modify this membership post that I have, this test one. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'll add first a block with generate blocks. So what I'm gonna do, I'll go here and add a block. So for us to see, here are the blocks by Cadence blocks. You see you have buttons, advanced images, maps, icon list, info boxes, tabs, advanced text that you can use, and things like that, countdown, table of contents, testimonials. So you have a lot of things that Cadence can help you with. In GenerateBlocks, on the other hand, you have like a few blocks that are let's say enough for most of the guys. So in here you see like you have like the grid, you have the query loop, you have the container buttons, headings, images. That's all. So what I'm gonna do, I will add a heading, and in here it will be like GenerateBlocks header. So right now if we save this thing and then we'll visit it, let's go and visit this. I will open a new one just to have it there because we're gonna add new things in there. Let me go in here. In here we should have the header. Let me do the inspect so we can see what we have in here. Let's go to the network tab. And right now we need to refresh this and see the requests that are done. Okay, so we still have 20 requests because nothing is really added with this, because mostly the generate it's using the CSS from the existing ones that are already there. So this thing it's loading. Let me see where it is. This big thing that it's having all the CSS for this. So GenerateBlocks is using this, so there is no other thing that it's added. Let me add another thing in here just to have more details because this is not concluded. Let me remove this, and what I will do, I will add a grid this time because that should have more details. I'll use the column grid for this, and let's see what we can put into this grid. I will add a headline. I'll do it like this, GenerateBlocks. Let's see if we change some things in here, if the things are changing. Let me see. Yeah, I will just change the background of this thing like this to have something. The same way I'm gonna do for Cadence. I just want to see what is happening in here, if we have new things added. So let's see. Yeah, so you see that right now you don't have anything new that it's added because it's using the same things that already existing there. So this generate block is not adding anything to our posts. Is that light? You see, like in here we have the 696 kilobytes. Let's go also to GTmetrix and check this thing, just to be sure that there is no caching or things like that on my laptop that can interfere with this. Let me search it like this, because it's not, that was not correct. Let's see. Okay, let's go and see the number of requests of these things also in here, and see what is happening if we have something to generate blocks related to generate blocks. Okay, this should be almost finished. So we should have about 20 requests. So if we go to the waterfall, in this part we have the 20 requests, and we have like 69 kilobytes that are loaded and 631 that are uncompressed. And if we're gonna check in here, you will see that you will not have anything to generate the blocks. These are the all things that are there. Now, what I'm gonna do, I will add a row also from Cadence. Let's see. Let's go in here and add the, in function of what you're trying to use. For instance, this may use some JavaScript and so on. You may see some scripts that are added, but this is because some of the blocks need JavaScript and other things than the default things that are there to work. You can't rely only on CSS. That's why you may see things. But we're gonna go and add this. Right now I will add a row for this, and what I'm gonna do, I will split this thing into two. Okay, I'll not go, use the design library. Let me do it like this. And in here I will add a header. Let me add the Cadence header, where it is, icon, advanced text. Let me move this thing in here, and in here we have the Cadence block, and in here let me go, and what I will gonna do, I'm gonna go to settings and change the background of this thing. Let's see, I'll go to the section. Let's see how it is. So this is the section, okay, and we have a second section in here, and in here we have the background settings. I will put it to red like this. I will update it. So right now we have two similar blocks added that help us do some basic things in here. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna refresh these things also in here. I see that the color didn't went through. I think I should add a paragraph in here just to be sure. I have something. Okay, so right now I have this, and let's see, because the number of requests increased. So right now we have 22 requests and we have 735 kilobits of resources. So as you can see here, by adding Cadence in here, we increase the size of this and we add it to requests. Let's see what are these new things that are there. Let me check it. Okay, this is from the team, okay, row style. So you see here that the Cadence blocks added this row style build CSS in there. So this is one of requests. Another thing that was added by Cadence, it was the column style build CSS. So these are the two requests that are extra with Cadence. let me see and retest it also in here. And let's see how big these things are, because in here you cannot really see the size because it shows this disk thing, but in here we should be able to see also the size of this, so we can better understand. But again, it shouldn't be that much because the size increased with a few kilobytes. You see in here the uncompressed, it's about the same, and the compressed thing, it's a little bigger with 4 kilobytes. So let's see what has been added in here. So this was one thing added, so row style build, it is added by GenerateBlocks, and the column style build, this one, it has like 645 bits, and this one has like 3 kilobytes. So you don't see a lot of things that it's added by Cadence on this, and this it's added only in the post that you insert these blocks, which is really good, because if you don't need to use them in all of the posts, you will not even know that it's there. So next, what I'm gonna do is just add also another block that Cadence have, just to see what is happening. So what I will do, I will add a row in here, and in this row I will add, let's see what we have in here. Let's add the tab thing, because there are a lot of chatter about GenerateBlocks doesn't have these tabs. It will be added in the future, but let's see what is happening if we add these tabs. In here we can choose. Let's add the tabs like the first ones. So we have in here tab 1, tab 2, and tab 3. In here I will add a paragraph tab just for tests. Tab 1, paragraph, tab 2, tab 3. Let's save this and see. Let's refresh this again. So in here we have the tabs. Tab 1, tab 2, and tab 3. I made a mistake with the name, but this doesn't matter. So let's go and refresh this thing again. So right now we should have more things added, because these tabs need JavaScript. So that's a normal thing. You see, like right now we have 26 requests, and you see here like we have like 860 kilobytes of data added. This is because of the scripts that it's added by these tabs. So let's go and refresh this again, because here we'll see better what are the things added. For this. Okay, let's wait a couple of seconds. Okay, let's see the waterfall. And in here, yeah, you see like you have the 26 requests now, so it increased with 4 requests since the last time. So if we check what has been added, this was already there. Header, content, related post, this was there. This thing was already there from before. Column was already there. You see these two were added by the row and remain the same. Then you have the tab thing in here, and this is the CSS for the tab. It has like 162 kilobytes, and this is the compressed size, and the uncompressed it's a little bigger, 14 kilobytes. Okay, The jQuery was there, this was already there. Another thing that was added, it was this KT tabs, that again it has like 1.1 kilobytes in compress. Splice, it was already there. So yeah, in function of what blocks you're deciding to use on your posts, you will see different scripts that are loaded, and the blocks needs them to function properly. You cannot create tabs without some JavaScript, for instance, and some custom CSS to help you do that. So yeah, these are the facts. Now let's have some conclusions about this and what it's happening in here. So from my point of view, you can use both of these block plugins, especially if you feel that you need more functionalities on your website. For Cadence, you have various blocks that can be used and make your front page beautiful, or your service page more beautiful. With GenerateBlocks, you have only a few default things that you can use. For instance, if you want to add a table of content, you cannot do that right now with GenerateBlocks. You can do that with Cadence blocks. Again, if you want a tab, you can use the Cadence one. GenerateBlocks doesn't have it. What it's very important is the fact that you don't have your other posts loaded with the scripts that this plugin uses. You only have the scripts and the CSS loaded only when you're using the blocks on the post. So this means that only the post that has these blocks will suffer a performance hit. The other posts will not even notice that you have two plugins there if you have both of them activated. What is really impressive is the fact that GenerateBlocks, it doesn't have any impact even if you are using their blocks to style this dish. So Cadence blocks is using the default block CSS from what I'm seeing in here, and it's not adding any new CSS on your WordPress website, which is a very, very good thing and makes things a lot faster, because in one hand it's using what is already there, and you will not have other requests done, and you don't load more files on your homepage. So yeah, this is how the two blocks are impacting your performance. Please let a comment into the description if you find this something else, or you have some comments. Please don't forget to subscribe and like the video in case you enjoy it. Thanks for watching my channel, and see you next time.